Our artisans, they need to do 4 years of training to be able to manufacture a Kelly bag. This that you've just seen, the perlage, you need to be very skilled and very, very good.
Some of Hermès products are made in China. Towels are from Fuyue in Shandong. They also make products for Chanel and IKEA. Beddings are from Yue in Shandong. Men's shoes are from Shachi in Shandong. Tableware are from Gaochun in Jiangsu.
It was my first time shopping at Hermès, and let me tell you how it went.
We got a lot of requests, do Hermès next. And that's why we're here in the Highland Park Mall.
Made in Italy, made in China, or maybe made in Chile. Oh yeah, that should be a thing, by the way, because some brands get real creative when it comes to made in Italy.
Hermès is officially in panic mode, and for good reason. The luxury brand is now reportedly taking legal action against Chinese factories that just exposed a billion-dollar secret. These manufacturers aren't just making knockoffs, they're claiming they've been producing the real Hermès bags all along. Yes, the same Birkins and Kellys that sell for over $20,000 each. Now, they're pulling back the curtain and revealing what's really going on behind those
finishing touches on a Kelly, the most difficult bag to build. It starts with 30 distinct cuts of leather and can take 20 hours to complete, 4 hours for just the handle. There are no manuals or cheat sheets. Artisans rely on their training and muscle memory to make every bag.
In France tags. And trust me, it's not the romantic image Hermès wants you to believe. Instead of skilled French artisans in beautiful Parisian workshops, we're hearing about mass production, questionable factory conditions, and workers far from France doing the labor. It's a full-blown scandal. From viral TikToks to alleged insider leaks, the fashion world is shaken. Hermès is scrambling to control the damage, but it might be too late. The truth is out, and their perfect image is cracking. Let's break it all down and see just how deep this goes. Insiders and receipts from Tanner Leatherstein are shaking.
So Hermès has put out a response to China, and they have like a video in a factory sort of showing people trying to show that they're actually the ones who are making the bags in a factory somewhere in
things up big time. They're saying that nearly 80% of those fancy French luxury bags aren't really made in France. They're being produced in China. And it's not just small parts. We're talking full production. Stitching, cutting, leatherwork, everything. Then Hermès reportedly finishes them off in France with a quick button or stamp and calls it Made in France. When Chinese factories began exposing this, with proof, it caused a storm. Hermès, in response, is now said to be firing back with lawsuits, trying hard to silence the claims and stop the leaks. Meet Tanner Leatherstein, the man shaking up the luxury fashion world. He's not just another TikTok personality. He's a leather specialist with a huge online fan base, known for buying expensive designer handbags and literally cutting them.
I have spent over $100,000 of my own money dissecting luxury bags, cutting them open, analyzing every stitch, every layer. Why? Because I had to know what made those bags so expensive.
Open to expose the truth about what's inside. Tanner was one of the first to call out Chanel for replacing real gold hardware with cheap plastic-covered leather. He's also exposed brands like Louis Vuitton, Bottega Veneta, and of course, Hermès. His investigations show that the leather used in many of these pricey bags isn't much better than the material used in fakes. The most shocking part? He estimates the actual cost to make a Hermès Birkin bag is only about $600, including the leather and hardware, compared to the $14,000 or even $38,000 price tag they sell for.
So those bags I cut open, just expensive, nothing special. But they feel truly exceptional.
I've spent over $100,000 of my own money cutting open designer bags, examining every stitch, every layer, just to understand what truly makes them worth thousands. I couldn't stop wondering, what are we really paying for? Now, thanks to viral TikTok videos and brave whistleblowers, the truth is coming out, and it's turning the fashion world upside down. Chinese factories aren't just making
Chinese supply behind product. Bags are from Sitong Handbag in Dongguan City, Guangdong Province. It's a factory specializing in handbags for 54 years, and it produces 80% of the world luxury bags.
replicas. They're saying they've been producing the real Hermès bags this whole time. According to them, most of the work, cutting, stitching, and assembling, is done in China. Then Hermès finishes the bag in France, adds a logo or button, and labels it Made in France.
It's my latest Hermès bag with me. This is my first bag I got this year. I usually get one bag a year, and this is the one for this year, and I'm really excited about it.
That label, that story of handcrafted French luxury, is what people have been buying into. But now, consumers are angry. They've been paying top dollar for a fantasy, not knowing the real story behind the scenes. Hermès built an empire on mystery and image, but the curtain is finally being pulled back.
Nothing is as humbling as your daughter drawing on your $60,000 Birkin, am I right?
Yeah. I couldn't even be mad at her because when I asked her, I was like, I wanted to see if she was gonna tell me the truth. I was like, Coach, did you draw on mommy's purse?
Literally spent $60,000 on this purse. Look what my daughter did to my purse.
So, how does Hermès respond to all this? Do they admit anything or try to clear things up? Not at all. Instead of owning up to the situation, they go straight to court. Hermès is now suing several Chinese factories, accusing them of stealing designs and damaging the brand's reputation. Basically, they're saying, how dare you reveal that our bags might not be fully made in France? But here's where it gets interesting. Those same factories
making his boots in China, and that is these boots right here. This is pretty much the UGG boot that most Americans will have in their house. I was very pissed off when I found out the truth because I grew up in Southern California. I remember being in elementary school when I would only see 2 people in the entire school wearing UGG boots, and they were always the cool surfer kids.
Actually had official agreements with luxury brands. They weren't making bags illegally. They were working directly with these companies. Now that they've spoken up, Hermès is acting like they've never worked together, pretending these factories came out of nowhere. Let's look at the numbers. In 2024, Hermès made $2 billion in revenue. That's a lot of bags. If one Birkin takes 2 full days to make, where's the army of French workers supposedly crafting each one by hand? It doesn't add up. And Hermès isn't the only one doing this. Brands like Prada, Chanel, and Louis Vuitton also make most of their products in China, then do one tiny thing, like adding a zipper in Italy, so they can label it.
Kendall Jenner is wearing a fake Louis Vuitton fanny pack and she didn't know it. I'm gonna give you 3 reasons why I know that this Louis Vuitton bag is fake.
Made in Italy. It's all part of the image they sell, and buyers fall for it because they trust the name.
You know, you walk into Hermès and say, hey, I want to buy one of these. You know what they say to you? No, we don't have them. First of all, you have to be an Hermès customer. You have to demonstrate that you like the brand. And then you can only buy one per year.
As more people start to learn what's really going on behind the scenes, the resale value of luxury bags is beginning to fall. Shoppers are realizing they've been spending $25,000 on handbags made in the same factories as $400 lookalikes. Now, whistleblowers are exposing even more disturbing facts. Bags marketed as being made from expensive calfskin are sometimes crafted from cheap leather covered in plastic. This is upsetting both collectors and regular buyers. If Hermès isn't delivering...
I've been speaking to this client here regarding selling her Birkin 30 Gris Etane, if I'm not wrong. Gris Etane is the color, and it's palladium hardware. The bag is in box fresh condition, but it's SUES stamp, which means it's a 2021 piece.
Bring true quality or expert craftsmanship. Then what exactly are people paying for? Just the image and status attached to the brand. The truth is, Western luxury labels have long pushed the idea that made in China equals low quality, but that thinking is outdated. Today, many Chinese factories are producing high-end leather, goods using the same machines, materials, and skilled labor as European ones.
Where I keep all my purses. This one here is really special. If my house is on fire, I would take this one out of all of them.
In fact, many luxury brands and even knockoff producers rely on the same factories. The only real difference? The label that's added at the end. So when you hear something was made in China, it doesn't mean it's low quality.
This jewelry on my arm is real. Don't love me because of no diamonds. Take all this. This bracelet right here look real as a. This shit was $23 on Amazon.
Quality. Some of those so-called factory extras, items without the logos, are identical to the ones sold for thousands. The branding is what makes the price jump.